Morning, everybody. How are y'all doing today? I've been better, which is a way of putting it, because for the last roughly 48 hours or so, I have been dealing with the most BS I have ever dealt with personally in the history of my YouTube channel. Because in case you all haven't heard by now, which I'd be surprised if you didn't, honestly, because this news has been spreading like wildfire, but 2 nights ago at 6:32 p.m., I received this email from YouTube. Your video has been taken down from YouTube. JTechTV thinks GameStop proves that Xbox has no games. And then if you look all the way at the bottom of the email, you will see in bold letters, it says, I received a copyright strike. And this is an important point to bring up. So often when it comes to copyright on YouTube, people will get a strike confused with a claim. And admittedly, I used to get confused with this a lot as well. But for those of you who don't know, I'm going to explain this. The difference between a copyright claim and a strike is a claim means that the person saw you use their content and they're claiming it as their own, and then they can choose to either take the money that that video made, or they can block the video from being viewed, but your channel is not put in danger as a result of a claim. I've been claimed many times on several live streams, specifically when reacting to certain gaming events, because of like copyrighted music or whatever, and it was a claim, so my channel was never in danger. They're just taking the ad revenue I made from the stream, which whatever. Not gonna bother fighting it. It doesn't really matter. A strike, on the other hand, can literally put your channel in danger because, like with a lot of things, YouTube operates on a 3-strike system. 3 strikes and you're out. In this case, if you get 3 strikes within 90 days, your channel can just get deleted. Now, why 90 days, you might be asking? Because that's how long a strike lasts unless it's resolved ahead of time. In my case, I submitted a counter notification. Basically, I said, hey, this is complete BS. And when you submit a counter notification, the person who claimed you has to respond within 10 days by either removing the strike or pursuing you with legal action. If they don't respond within those 10 days, the strike is removed and the video automatically goes back up. Now, as I'm sure you could tell by now, the person who copyright claimed me was JTECH who is unironically the biggest coward on this entire platform, and I don't say that lightly, because Jay has a history of falsely striking people. This is not new. I am not the first person to have been struck by him. He has done this multiple times over the last roughly decade or so to Rags, who you may have heard of. He's a much bigger channel. He has over 300,000 subs, and Kim Josh-un, and it would not surprise me if he's done it to other people as well. Now, as you can probably guess, these claims were completely fraudulent. The videos that JTech claimed were completely fair use, and that applies to my situation as well, because I can't pull up the video, you know, it's gone now until the strike gets repealed. But this video was roughly 10 minutes long or so, and his video, which I responded to in the video, was 3 minutes, meaning I more than tripled the length of his original video by creating my own transformative commentary, just debating him and disagreeing with his points and whatnot. And JTech decided that it would be a good idea, despite this blowing up in his face every single time he's tried it, to claim the video, which was my own. Again, it was completely transformative and legal, but it gets better because not only did he claim a completely fair use video, this video was 2.5 years old. I uploaded this video on December 3rd, 2022. I am the one who made it, and I basically had forgotten it existed. But apparently, JTech did not, and I have a theory for why he decided to suddenly strike this video. I think what happened is basically recently, for those of you guys who haven't been keeping up with a lot of gaming news, Sony is doing a strong multi-platform push. They just announced that their own game, Helldivers 2, is coming to Xbox in August, and they just opened a job listing, which, as it was described in the listing, would help them do a much stronger multi-platform push to platforms like PC, Xbox, and Nintendo. And JaytechTV, for those of you who don't know, is like the most die-hard PlayStation fanboy on this entire website. This dude's life is literally dedicated to praising Sony for everything and not wanting other people to be able to play PlayStation games on other platforms. He takes gaming very seriously and personally, which, don't get me wrong, gaming is a massive part of my life, but at least I can draw a line and realize that at the end of the day, gaming, YouTube, all of this, none of it is really, like, for lack of a better term, real, compared to, you know, actual real-life important stuff. At least that was the case until this did become a real-life thing with this copyright strike. But that aside, basically my theory is that he was so unbelievably butthurt by Sony going full multiplat that in a fit of blind rage when he wasn't thinking properly, he went to the Content ID tool on YouTube, saw that my 2.5-year-old video used one of his even older videos, didn't watch the video, and just said, yeah, you know what, screw it, I see my video is in there, copyright strike, which is not how you're supposed to use the Content ID tool, in case you couldn't tell. That tool exists so you can see who is using your video. It does not tell you why the person is using your video or if it is fair use. That tool detects if your content is being used, and then it tells you about it, and then basically says, hey, you should go check this out and see if it's fair use because this person might be stealing your content. You do not file a copyright strike against somebody simply because their video shows up there, because the copyright ID tool does not account for whether a video is fair use. Obviously, it's a freaking robot. It's not gonna know whether my video is fair use just by scanning it. For example, I actually just found this. I went to my own Content ID tool just to check. This individual did a live stream talking about Helldivers 2, and from the looks of it, he was just talking about the news of Xbox getting Helldivers 2, and he also played some himself. I think he was doing some modded games or whatever. As you can see, it says 20% of his stream had my video in it. That does not mean I get to copyright strike him, because guess what? I actually have to go to the stream and watch it to see if it was fair use, which, guess what? It was. He was reacting to my video, so I am not going to file a false, illegal, by the way, I don't know if I've said that yet, but illegal copyright claim, because yes, filing a false copyright claim is illegal, and I literally could take JaytechTV to court over this. Like, I'm not exaggerating, I could literally fight him in small claims court over this, although, honestly, it wouldn't really be much of a fight, because the judge would take one look at the video and laugh Jaytech out of the courtroom, but that aside, I don't think this dude fully grasps what he's doing by filing these strikes. He's just off in his own little console fanboy, childish world, just filing strikes because he doesn't like what people said about him. Look, if you want to respond to me, disagree with my points, make fun of me online, whatever, go for it. I'm not opposed to that whatsoever. I would be a hypocrite if I was. Falsely filing a copyright strike because you didn't like what I said about you in a 2.5-year-old video is not okay. And yesterday, I actually made a community post about this, where I tagged YouTube and Jaytech. Here, let's go ahead and read off what I wrote. I said, so last night I received a false copyright claim on a video from over 2 years ago from none other than JaytechTV. Not only is this extremely scummy and petty, it's also illegal. YouTube, he has done this many times over the last decade and has never been punished for it. Anything less than channel termination for him is unacceptable. And then I say I'm gonna make this video that I'm making right now. And as expected, Jaytech saw the post, because, you know, I tagged him in it, and he actually had the balls to come out and leave a comment, which contained the most hilariously terrible defense for his actions I think he could have possibly made, because he said, YouTube gave me a notice that 30% of my video was found inside your video, you should take it up with them, thumbs up emoji. And then I replied and said, and who filed the copyright strike? Because I don't give a single damn what YouTube said in the content ID tool. It is your responsibility as a creator to watch the video and determine if it is fair use. You do not get to strike a video just because you saw that some of yours appeared in my video. And what do you mean, take it up with them? You are the one who filed the strike. YouTube didn't do it. You did it. And it's extra hilarious because this is the exact same excuse that Quantum TV used years ago. If you guys don't know who Quantum TV is, basically a few years ago there was a massive drama surrounding him and Elden Ring because he made a really bad review of it and then got made fun of for it and then started falsely taking down videos people made making fun of him for it. And then his excuse was, oh, well, the copyright ID tool showed that my video was in yours, so I took it down. That is not how this works. And I want to say that you know damn well that's not how it works, but I don't even know because he is genuinely so stupid. I can't tell if he knows what he's doing is wrong or if he actually thinks he's in the right. But just wait, it gets even worse because he went to Twitter to publicly brag about his false copyright strike that he filed and tagged YouTube in a post saying thank you at YouTube. Yes, YouTube, thank you for letting me illegally take down somebody's video. You guys truly are the best. And of course, this absolute coward hid replies, but that hasn't stopped people from absolutely roasting him on other posts. You know, before he ended up deleting the comments because, again, he is the biggest coward on this site. Literally false copyright claimed me and then deleted anybody giving him crap for it. And one of my favorite comments that I saw before this got deleted was somebody said, stop taking down people's videos. And he said, stop taking my content without my permission. I swear to God, I'm gonna crash out. I kind of already am crashing out, I guess, but I'm gonna crash out even harder. All of these copyright abusing cowards use this excuse. Don't take my content without permission. Guess what, buddy? I don't need your permission. That's not how copyright law and fair use works. The beautiful thing about fair use is I don't have to get anybody's permission to make fun of them. As long as my content is transformative, I can use whatever of yours I want. And guess what? I'm going to continue to do it. I will not be intimidated by someone who turns off replies and deletes comments after doing something illegal. Not only am I going to keep all my videos on you up, I am going to continue to make fun of you in the future, even more so now, because guess what? It was never personal before. It was dumb console war stuff. I was just making fun of your bad takes. Now, you have made it personal. Somebody pointed it out. This is the Streisand effect in full force. You are only going to be made fun of even more because of this. And God willing, you're gonna get taken off of YouTube as well. I know you probably won't get taken down, unfortunately, because YouTube has a terrible history of punishing people like you, but god damn it, it would be amazing. All right, I've calmed down. I think I'm good now. Look, the video will be back up within the next few days. I'm going to have a video out tomorrow making fun of JTech because of his breakdown on stream over Sony going multiplat, and if I were him, I would avoid falsely striking that video because I know this man does not have the financial stability to go to court. And really quick, guys, before I go, I just want to quickly thank all of you for being absolutely incredible during this situation. The support I have received, even within like the first couple hours of this news coming out, was absolutely incredible. And the reason I didn't have a video up on this sooner is because I was actually on vacation when this happened, but thankfully so many people put out videos talking about this in my absence. Special shout outs to Gara, to Joe from Seattle, Chris the Narc for talking about this on stream, I Am Desire, he just put out his video talking about this. Also shout out to Josh, as well as the other people who have already made videos on this and who are going to. I actually cannot thank you all enough, and it is such a blessing to have such an amazing community and just such a strong support base of people who I know will be there for me when stuff like this happens. So yeah, guys, with all of that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like the video if you liked it, or Also, just to get it out there if you hate copyright abusers. Dislike it if you didn't like it, or if you're a fan of JTechTV. Subscribe if you want to see more. Join us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Salt streams, and join us every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on the gaming channel for gaming streams. And I will catch you all next time.